Welcome back. As we go on the spiritual path, we go into the low idle state, right? That's what I'm teaching primarily. HRV resonance, go into the low idle state, slow down the body, get to know your dorsal vagal, parasympathetic. And as you slow down, you're going to notice more, and that's really what it takes to go deep in meditation. I have to notice very, very subtle things. I have to start noticing all of that. So I have to be here, I have to be present. And then, because of that, you walk out into your life and you start to notice more. And believe it or not, this is the basis of mind reading. So at first, maybe you just notice subconsciously people's movements. Maybe you notice the tone of their skin. If they have rosy cheeks and they're happy to see you, or they look very pale and withdrawn, maybe they're a little bit depressed. Maybe you notice that as you come close to them, they shrug away from you. Maybe you notice that they tell you something, but they look too tense and the words are coming out very forced. And so you start to wonder if they're putting on a face for one reason or another. There's a huge host of subtle cues, and you might register those cues consciously or subconsciously. And that subconscious filtering that you're getting, that I'm getting these cues and they don't seem right, and you will develop a feeling. This is where people talk about energy. I'm getting all these subconscious cues, I'm putting it together subconsciously, and I'm getting a vibration, a feeling, a energy from this interaction or from this place or from, on and on and on. You're getting these subtle cues that something is off, and it's in the background, it's in the subconscious. Maybe it's not fully in the conscious mind, and so we register that as energy. Very simple, very straightforward. So we can notice it physically, we can notice it subconsciously, we can notice it as energy, we can notice it, I just have a feeling, right? And then when you're talking with somebody, you might get some of these feelings like, I think I know the feeling that they're having, or I think I know what they're about to say, or I think they know what they want to say, but they're not actually saying it. And all of this, we could label all of that as mind reading. But that's what it comes out of. It comes out of, I've got my own junk out of the way, and so I can actually be here, be present, and see you clearly. If you've ever been with somebody and you felt like, oh my God, this person is very intuitive and they can just see right through me, that's how they're doing it. They are present, they are here, and they just see you as you are. Isn't that amazing? So all of that is just to say, you're going to get more sensitive, you're going to walk out into the world, you're going to notice things that you probably have not noticed before. And all of that is normal for the yogi. And so what I'd like to teach you are some ideas of psychic defense. Because you're going to feel all, especially if you're like with 1 or 2 or 3, 1 is manageable, 2 might be manageable, 3, 4, 10, 20. It starts to become quite a bit. Sometimes for some people, it can feel a little bit overwhelming. So I want to teach you a little bit of psychic defense ideas that will help you to deal with all of this new input. All right? So let's get into it. So the first idea, you've probably heard it already. It's very basic, it's very common, and I hear it all the time. Okay, I'm here and I am going to put up a wall of energy. I'm going to feel as if, I don't have to imagine. Some people, oh my God, you said imagine and I can't imagine. Look, everything that I imagine, I'm doing it with my feeling first. Okay, it's always coming out of my feeling. And this is the realm of the subconscious. When you can feel things, you are working within the realm of your own subconscious. And so subconsciously, I want to put up a little bit of a defense. I want to put up a little bit of a wall. So I want to feel as if there's a nice, clear glass wall all around me. And so everybody's energy in the place that I'm in, the workplace that I'm in, whatever somebody says to me, it's going to come to that nice glass wall. I can see it clearly, that's fine, but it's going to bounce off my nice glass wall. And so I walk around all day and nothing really touches me. Okay, I can see what I can see. I can notice what I can notice. That's fine. But as it comes at me, I don't have to interact. It's hitting off my glass wall and it's bouncing off. That's the first idea. It's very, very common. It's also very effective, especially when you're in a large group. And there's a lot of people and you're not used to handling all of those energies all at once. And now we're a yogi, and so we feel more of that than we did before, and it can be a little overwhelming. Put up your nice glass wall. I can see everything, that's fine, but I don't have to interact. It's going to hit my glass wall and bounce off, and I am safe in my own little cocoon. All right? Very, very nice idea. One of the monks at the ashram where I was at, Brother Bhaktananda, he would talk about this very, very often. So he was asked to do all of these Sunday sermons, and he was not used to it. And he was certainly not used to dealing with 30, 40 people at a time. And so he developed this idea, this psychic defense. I'm putting up a nice glass wall. I'm happy to see everybody. I love seeing everybody. And yet I have a little bit of defense. And all those energies are going to come up, touch the glass wall, and bounce away. I'm safe inside. Nice idea, right? And as you establish that idea and you repeat it over and over again, your subconscious gets some of that idea and it learns to handle energy a little bit better. So you are teaching yourself through repeating this idea over and over and over again. Maybe you imagine it. Maybe you just feel it. Maybe you are very auditory. Maybe you hear the wall. You could even smell the wall. That's possible. All of that is good. See it, feel it, hear it, sense it. Beautiful. All of that is great. Now, I was coming into a church and I was trying to become a monastic. I was dealing with a lot of people. Some of them were overly aggressive, and I was using this wall. I was dealing with, I'd been in a small town. I was living in the heart of LA. It was craziness all of the time. And I was dealing with all of this. And so I'd use this wall quite a bit. And one of my friends was very, very psychic. And he came up to me one day and he goes, I know what you're doing. And there's a problem with it that I want to tell you about. I'm like, really? He says, yes, when you put up a wall, what I can do is I can come up to your wall, I can grab your wall, and I can shake your wall. I'm like, really? Yes, people will see your defense subconsciously or psychically, and they will grab it and they will shake it. And so by doing that, they shake all of you. I'm like, oh my God. Now, it had been working for me for quite some time. Very, very great idea. It absolutely works. And then there's some situations you will find where the glass wall is not good enough. And he gave me a new idea. He said, try this out. Become a balloon. And you just... and you blow up your nice big balloon of spaciousness in your aura, and you have this idea, right? I have this feeling, or maybe I visualize it. I have this visualization, this feeling, this sense that I'm blowing up a balloon, And now when people push on me, there's a give and a take. You can't just grab it. It's a balloon. So they push on it and it collapses a little bit and it pushes right back twice as hard, right? And that's my nice balloon, and I'm walking around in this nice balloon. Isn't that wonderful? And so it's so different. It's not just slap and fall away. Now it's boom. And it was so refreshing because people don't know what to do with that give and take. It's not always the same, and so you cannot count on the edge being here or here or here or here. There's some variation. And that variation is just enough that people will give you your boundary instead of trying to shake you on your boundary. There's a very wonderful yogini, and she used to call me often and complain about her work environment. They're pressuring me this way, they're pressuring me this way, they're loading too much up on me, they're taking advantage of me, they're unkind to me, they're not valuing me, they are overusing me, on and on and on and on. And very wonderful, soft, extremely kind person. It's not that she was not willing to go the extra mile. It's that they were treating her like a doormat. And so I told her this idea, and I coached her through this. And every single time she would call me to complain, I would reiterate this idea, and I presented it. I must have presented it 100 different ways. And we continued in this conversation for approximately 2 or 3 years, over and over and over, learning this bubble. I have a balloon and you push on me and I might give a little, but then at some point, boing, it's coming back. And then one day, this yogini called me and she was so happy. She was so proud of herself, and rightly so. She talked to this psychic, and this psychic said, "Oh my God, you have the most amazing energy. I can see people in your life coming and pushing and pushing and pushing on you because they think you're really sweet and nice and they can just roll over you. And so they push on you, and and you give. And it's like you're not there. And then all of a sudden, bam, your aura, your energy just pushes way back, and they are set back on their heels. Oh my God, I have to respect this person." That's right. That's right. Absolutely true. Don't want to be a walking spiritual doormat. Everybody has to have a certain kind of respect, including the spiritual yogi. That's right. Absolutely. That little idea is really beautiful and really, really magic. And so again, it's an idea that you repeat in yourself over and over and over again. And every time you repeat it, every time that you try it on, you are practicing this and you are communicating with your subconscious to do a certain set of responses. And you are learning those responses and how it plays out in your life. Extremely, extremely valuable. So you might know that I really love martial arts. And one of the martial arts that I studied was a family samurai martial art. And so I love samurai and samurai stories. Not all of them, but there's some really great stories. There's a biography of Musashi, and the author takes a lot of liberties, but it seems that there's this theme, which is quite possible that it was the Zen monks that really set Musashi on his spiritual path. And so he used martial arts as a kind of spiritual path. Very, very interesting story. It's a epic drama to read his life. I have it right here, actually. So anyway, I appreciate martial arts and I appreciate swords. For a while there, I was studying martial arts and I was also doing this kriya, and the kriya goes along the spine. And so I'm thinking about swords and I'm thinking about my spine, and I'm like, oh my God, What if I am in a difficult situation? I'm in the presence of somebody who is verbally attacking me. What if I just become my spine as if I am a sword? I am nothing but my spine. It's just one long samurai sword. And so people would come and they would verbally attack me. And I would watch those words come in. And of course, what are you going to do to a sword? Are you going to punch a sword? You can't punch a sword. What are you going to do? Everything that came into the sword, it would come to the sword and it would just fall away. And so every time somebody came and their energy was too much, it would just come to me. And I'm saying to myself, well, I'm just the sword. I'm just the sword. I'm just the spine. I'm just the sword. And everything would come to that sword and it would collapse to the sides. Because I was not big anymore, I had progressed to the point where I was collapsing myself. I had collapsed myself down to the sword. I am nothing. What do you do to nothing? There's nothing there. There's nothing to grab. There's nothing to touch. It's a sword. You can't grab the sword. And it was wonderful. I used that idea for years and years and years. Absolutely. And I'll give you one more trick. I love this mudra. This mudra connects you to the heart. So we take the earth element, which is the thumb, and we put it into the heart finger, which is your ring finger. You put your thumb on that finger, you keep these two fingers in the middle, you keep them together, and you let the other one stick up like ears. Okay, so you do this mudra, thumb into the middle pad of the ring finger, and keeping the two fingers together and the other fingers like ears. You can do it on both sides. Now you can plainly see that I am doing this, but when I'm in a busy place, nobody has to know. And I do it like this. With my hands at my side, you'll never know. It's just like a little tiny bit of that. You can't tell that I'm doing that same movement down at my side. Just very, very, barely there. You can barely tell it's there. Absolutely works. You will feel it if you're sensitive and you're calm and you're in the low idle state. You will feel it help you to draw you into your heart. Now, I'm not suggesting you do this in meditation because that is tension, all right? In meditation, we want to drop everything and just feel that the hands are hot and heavy. If we can feel that, we're in our parasympathetic system, we're noticing the shift, we'll feel it in the hands get hot and heavy. I have an old video about that. But when you're walking around in your day and you want to get into your heart very quickly, this will absolutely help. Very, very cool mudra. I got this from Anandamoy Ma. I saw her doing it in a picture. I'm like, I gotta try that. And sure enough, stuck me straight into my heart. Beautiful little mudra. Okay, so now you got a mudra. You've got 3 psychic defenses. Don't try just one. Try all of them. Try one for a while, then try another for a while, try another for a while. And you are strengthening, you're training yourself, you're strengthening your subconscious. Your energy is getting more clear. We're doing the Om Japa in the chakras, right? We're cleaning ourselves out. We're entering into the low idle state. I'm gathering more clarity to myself every single day. And I'm learning to deal with other people's energy, and it's a cumulative skill. And at some point, it's just inside of you. You don't need to think about it. But when somebody presses on you, you can get big or you can collapse. You have all of these ideas inside of your subconscious already. You don't need to think about it at all. It's just automatic, and you will find it easier and easier to deal with other people and to deal with their energy as well. So that's 3 ideas. There's more to learn. I will do another video on this at another time. I hope you love this. I hope you try it out. I hope it saves you one of these days and makes your life a bit easier. So I hope you love this. If you did, be sure to hit that bell down below so I can see all of you.